Hi, and welcome to Social Studies Shorts, where we explore a little more about our state, our country, and the world. There are lots of important jobs in America's government, but how do people get these roles? In democratic governments like the United States, leaders are often voted into their jobs by members of their community in elections. Most U.S. states use a system called first-past-the-post voting to elect leaders, from the governor of their state to community leaders like local school board and city council members. This is also the system we use in Kentucky, and the one most states use to choose federal representatives like the president or their senators. First-past-the-post voting got its name from horse racing, where the first horse past the post wins the race. In this case, the candidates don't need to pass a finish line, but at the end of the race, whichever one of them went the furthest by getting the most votes wins. Imagine a class of 20 students voting for a snack to eat. They can choose apples, bananas, or carrots. When the ballots are counted, there are 9 votes for carrots, 6 votes for apples, and 5 votes for bananas. In this example, our carrot candidate won by plurality. They got more votes than any other candidate received. States like Maine and Alaska use a different system called ranked choice voting. In ranked choice voting, voters rank candidates from favorite to least favorite, stopping when they run out of candidates they like. When ballots are counted, election officials add up everyone's first choices and check to see if anyone received a majority, 51% of the votes. For our snack example, no candidates got 51% on the first round. This means we have to count a second time. But in this round, election officials leave out the candidate with the least votes. This means bananas are out. We still want to know what banana voters think, even though their first choice is out, so we look at their second choice. It looks like they wanted fruit. They all picked apples as their second favorite, so we add those 5 new apple votes to the 6 we already had. Now we have a winner with over 50% of the votes. Sometimes ranking leads to more counting than election officials want. With numerous candidates, they might use a 2-round system like state legislatures in Georgia, Mississippi, and Texas. In a 2-round system, voters participate in 2 elections. First, they vote from the entire list of candidates. Then, the top 2 vote-getters from this election participate in a second election called a runoff, where voters pick which of the top 2 they prefer. If our class has 5 snack choices, what would happen with this system? There are 5 votes for apples, 4 votes for bananas, 7 for carrots, 3 for dates, and 1 strong independent student voting for edamame. Our second round election, or runoff, will be carrots versus apples. Our banana, date, and edamame voters will be the deciding factor, with the power to tip the scales toward whichever candidate they prefer. Many communities around the world vote for their leaders, but they don't all do it the same way. The United States mostly uses first-past-the-post, but Australia uses ranked choice voting in their elections, and France uses a 2-round system with runoffs. These are just a few examples of systems some communities use to try to get the fairest result, but you can see that how we vote can change who or what we pick. However your class, school, or community makes choices, we hope you vote to come back soon for more Social Studies Shorts.